through the misty fells, where the lake winds cry, with a map in hand and a twinkle in his eye. The hills echo steps of a wandering soul. A silver fox grins as he reaches his goal.
All that straight. Look at that, it's slopped. You didn't have your level with you, did you? Amateurs.
You know who you are.
Morning everyone, welcome back to another hike. Welcome back Mr. Hostel.
Hello.
And this weekend we're up in the Northern Fells, up to do one of the biggies. Skiddaw up there, as ever in the cloud. We were promised clear blue skies today, but there you go. Skiddaw has other things in mind for us. So the plan is today to head up the ridge up all the way up to Skiddaw's summit, passing Skiddaw's numerous tops as we go, and then we'll descend back down, head over to Lonscale Fell, and possibly down Burnt Horse Ridge, and then back down onto the Cumbria Way, and then back to the car. We're parked at the, is it under Skiddaw car park, Dave?
Yeah.
Under, I think it's called, just between Skiddaw and Latrig. Yeah, we've done Latrig as you've seen already this morning, but it was in the dark, so that's why I didn't do any speaking. So let's get cracking and let's get heading up. Traditionally the lake's one of the lake's steepest paths. Okay, so that's us heading up slowly up towards Skiddaw, but I thought I'd do a little bit of piece to camera because it looks like we're heading into the clouds very shortly. So there's Latrig there where we were this morning, first thing, Derwent Water, and then we can see the two horseshoes of Newlands and Coaldale. Grisdale Pike there just underneath the clouds. That stands at, what did you say, Dave? Just under 800?
790 is it?
Yeah, 790 odd, so there. But yeah, it's not looking so clever up there, so I think we'll be in it very shortly. So yep, and the wind's dropped as well, which doesn't seem to be shifting the cloud as fast as it was. So anyway, let's get cracking into the clag. Met check, mountain weather, BBC. You just tossers, absolute tossers. Between you, you'd think one of you would get it right, but no. You're all wrong again. Useless. We've even lost lat rig now at 350 metres. I tell you what, Dave, let's hope for an inversion.
It might be an inversion. I really suggest about 34% chance.
That's all we're clinging on to at this present moment in time. An inversion. Okay, so we're still in the cloud. But there's something to see. There's a path branching off to the right here. If you take this path here, that takes you up to Jenkins Hill, Lonscale Fell. 2 hills that we'll be doing a bit further on in the walk, but we're going to carry on up the good path here, past where Dave is now, and heading up onto the main Skiddaw ridge. So yeah, let's get cracking. But yeah, up there if you just want to go over to Lonscale Fell. Okay, so that's us flattened out a bit now, heading up towards our next, or first fell since we left car park after we'd done that rig at Skiddaw Lesser Man. Now it's quite windy, and it's going to be quite windy up here on the ridge, so I think what I'll do is, as you see us passing over these tops, I'll just play some music and you'll just see us passing over the tops, congratulating each other, and I'll put in the details of the classification of the hill and the height. Yeah, it's going to be windy, so I don't want to ruin the video by just listening to wind noise. Oh yeah, it's getting promising, it's getting brighter, kind of. So let's get up onto Skiddaw's Ridge. So this is our route down later on over to Jenkins Hill and Lonscale Fell, but we're going to carry on up this path. Right, well I hope you enjoyed that musical montage of Skiddaw's various tops. Now we're just on this good track heading towards Jenkins Hill. Right, well is this walk improving? Just like that we have fantastic views. So Jenkins Hill was there, it's now going quickly. But yeah, we've got something to look at for a bit. Right, here we are on the Burkitt summit of Jenkin Hill. 735 metres. Well done, Dave. And that joy that we had with the clear skies is gone. So we're just going to carry on now to our next target of Lonscale Fell. Here we are on the Wainwright summit of Lonscale Fell. 715 metres. Well done, Dave. Still nothing to see. Right, Lonscale Pike that way. Right, this is the Burkitt summit of Lonscale Pike, 702 metres. Well done, Dave. Ideally, we'll be able to see down to over Gascale Crags, over towards Bleasfell and Blencathra. Today we can't see anything. He's been very brave. So we're fed and watered on probably the most precarious lunch spot I think I've ever sat on. Led astray by this man.
Windy.
It was out the window. So we've now left Lonscale Pike up there and we're picking up this little trod that traverses the side of the hill, so it means we don't have to go back over Lonscale Pike, and we're heading now for our 11th and final fell of the day, Burnt Horse.
We'll promise you views on that.
Yeah, fingers crossed. That's at 570, did we say, Dave? 570 metres, so we're dropping a bit of height now, so let's hope that we get something to look at. I mean, normally we'd be looking at fantastic views there, down Lonscale Crags into the valley, but there you go. It's an Osnell Allen walk, so it's a clag fest. So that's us on the ridge up to Burnt Horse, but look at this, things have opened up and we've got some things to see, so maybe hurry up before they go, because they don't last around, tend to hang around long today. Look at that, absolutely stunning, stunning. Beautiful. So that's the way we'll be walking back round down that valley. So that's the slopes of Bleasfell and Blencathra, heading over to Mungrisdale Common. But yes, at last something to see. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so that's us down off Lonscale Fell. Incredibly steep, incredibly steep. There's a group going up there. I'm glad we come down here, and these poles are brilliant on things like that. But yeah, so we're heading along this is actual Burnt Horse Ridge, and we believe the summit is either the very end lump or this one. But yeah, we've now got fantastic views. Fantastic. So there's Mungrisdale Common. Great Calvary's over here, but we can't quite see that yet. We might see it at the end of the ridge. But let's get up to the summit and tick off our final and 11th fell of the day. Right, here we are on the summit of Burnt Horse, our first singe of the day. 570 metres. Well done, Dave. And yeah, absolutely fantastic. So there we can see that forest there is Skiddaw House. Sale How, which is a Burkitt up there we've yet to do. Great Calver there in the clouds. Get over to High Pike. Blencathra there. So we're just going to leave here and drop down onto the Cumbria Way and head back underneath Lonscale Crag, Lonscale Crags. Okay, so we were wondering whether the dropping off Burnt Horse there was going to be a sting in the tail, but it doesn't look like there is. It's a nice gradual descent following this fence line to pick up the path down there, and then we're just following all the way back down that valley on the Cumbria Way. Right, so here we are. So we're doing a nice gradual descent from Burnt Horse down Burnt Horse Ridge, and we're now hitting the Cumbria Way path and turning right and heading back for home. Going to bring back some good memories from a couple of years ago with Mossy when we were on the Cumbria Way. It's a bit warmer than this though, Mossy, and not as windy. But yeah, go and check his channel out, go and check his Cumbria Way videos out. But yeah, this is us now on the Cumbria Way path back to the car. We'll bring you back when we get some cracking views underneath Lonscale Crags. There we go, typical. Down here now, looking up at a relatively clear Lonscale Pike. Typical. But we ain't going back up. We're just following this cracking Cumbria Way path now underneath the crags. So that there is looking along Burnt Horse Ridge that we were on not so long ago. Lonscale Pike up there again, and then that's High Rig in the middle, and then this is Bleasfell on Blencathra. Absolutely stunning. And that's Mungrisdale Common, the much maligned Mungrisdale Common. But let's get cracking. About 2.5 miles back to the car, I think we are, so, but it's pretty straightforward walking. Probably be back in maybe just over an hour. I love this. It's great to have some views after being in the clag. So we've got our rewards in the end. So that's looking back to Great Calver, which is finally cleared. We were just saying it's quite a remote hill, is Great Calver. It's a hill that you can't see from very many places. The best view is when you're on the A66 and you're looking down this valley, and it appears as a perfect pyramid at the foot of the valley. It looks fantastic. This is great. This the path's a bit more like a river than a path, but brilliant walking. I love this path. Love this path. Okay, so we've got views opening up all the time now. Absolutely sod's law that it's starting to clear now just as we're finishing. And we can now see Clough Head there and all the Dodds, all are going over towards Helvellyn. Which, to be fair, that looks like it's still in the clouds, but it is well over 900 metres. So, but yeah, but at least we're getting some views to bring you now, because it wasn't disappointing the first part of this walk. We've got, how far have we got left, Dave? About a mile and a half? Mile and a half. Back at the car in half hour. All right, I think we're about a mile from the car now, so I'm gonna end the video here. This has been a Skiddaw round and a Lonscale fell, capturing 11 fells, was it in total, Dave? 11. 4 new Wainwrights for me, so that's another 4 in the bag. That takes me up to 177. So I'd like to thank Dave for coming again. We'll check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description. And thanks for watching. If you've watched this far, fair play to you, and we'll see you out in the hills next time. Take care, all the best, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. All the best.